From the home of the Bills since way back in 1973, there's a look at Highmark Stadium just outside of Buffalo, New York. And we are underway in Buffalo. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First run of the game for Jahmyr Gibbs, the Alabama product. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 46 yards rushing for him now at his first 2 carries of the ball game.
A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number?
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Patriots have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They begin with a run by Davis. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. This defense for the Patriots, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks. And plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Middle.
To throw, it's Allen. A dump off for Davis. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
A first down carry for Davis. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Allen going to throw. He dumps this off underneath. Here's Davis. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. I've worked with you long enough now to know you like that decision. Go safe, pressure coming, hit your guy underneath.
It's an excellent decision, but he knew it came with consequences, and that's him getting hit on the play, but able to dump it to his running back and gain some yardage. I liked everything about it, especially his ability to stay in the pocket and execute.
That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back, but how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Allen. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Patriots' defense is going to take over on downs. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. Would be ideal. An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing here is May. And he's got his man on the out route. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. 3rd and 7 now. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Patriots will get a new set of downs. They'll throw with May. Throwing right, and that's complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he stopped immediately there.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Now they'll change things up. To throw, it's May. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Looking to throw. May. It's caught inside the 25. And he will be taken down inside the Buffalo 20. What a play that turns out to be. 36 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Gibbs straight ahead. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Another run for Gibbs here. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Well, this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Here's May. This ball nearly intercepted. A once-in-a-season chance for the big fella, but he couldn't corral it. 4th down, straight ahead. And his kick is good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Inside give to Davis. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. To the air, Allen. This to the tight end, Kincaid. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Rolling to his left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Big Christian Barmore was there on the tackle. The Bills at 13-3 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 6. Now Allen off the bootleg, rolling to his right. That's taken in. It's Keon Coleman. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 24-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Davis. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
They keep it with Davis on first down. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Reggie Gilliam, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills are back within a score. Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Off the play fake. Here's May. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And that'll be complete to Stevenson.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it second down.
Well, these two teams, you might remember, met in Foxborough earlier in the season with the Patriots winning that ball game. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Buffalo. 2nd and 6. To the air, May.
Flush to his right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
From the shotgun, it's May.
Dancing to his left. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Now that's a quarterback who's in charge out there right now. Wants to throw the ball on 3rd down, doesn't find anyone open, tucks it away, takes off, and picks up the first down. Not by a little, but by plenty.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Buying time to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Back to throw here. And he comes back with one complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw here.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
They'll run with Gibbs.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left.
That's to the pylon and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And his kick is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. Looking deep for Adams. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Regular. Stop.
On play action, Allen. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Christian Watson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bills come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
80 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. 2nd and 2. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. So no gain on the play, and it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Going back to Gibbs on first down. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Short pass caught by Henry. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Derek Hall collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3.
That's a ball he needs to let go of there. Wasn't the most time in the world to work to his progression, but NFL quarterbacks, they've got to sense the pressure. They've got that internal clock, and the ball has to be gone. And if you're not going to escape and run for it, you have to let it go before the pressure gets to you and puts you on the ground. This is really impressive because when the offenses are running RPOs, things move very quickly. Fake, ball's out of his hands, and they're trying to hit him in the gaps downfield. And instead, the defender reacts so well that he makes a play on it, and the ball falls incomplete.
Escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it with May. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there. 27 yards. And the Patriots' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he's got it here for the 2 points, but there is a marker down, so we'll have to see what that's about. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously, more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Throwing to start the drive. Allen, he's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Christian Watson, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bills have come back to make it a 2-point game. So now Allen and the Bills going to stay out and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. That's caught at the 1. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
third quarter action here, this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, May with it. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
They'll look to throw now on first down. This pass down the field for Gibbs. This is caught inside the 15. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 40, right around the 39. So solid starting field position. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now 2nd and 5.
Off 52. Middle. What's that?
To throw, it's Allen. Steps away to his left. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see your franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide, get out of bounds, anything. Just don't leave yourself open to hits like that.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. Third and 2.
What's that?
Now Allen. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. It's Davis on the counter. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31 as the defense rallies quickly after the nice move. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. So the shotgun snap to Allen. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 13-yard line. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Davis running left. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Alert, alert, alert. What's that?
The give to the fullback on the dive. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Reggie Gilliam with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards on the play.
Well, certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And in the second half of the tie game, every decision gets magnified. And here, if he forces this ball, it could be intercepted. So that's the prudent play to just airmail it out of bounds.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
Going underneath, Gibbs has it. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. A tackle made by Dorian Williams. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
And they'll get this down to the 10. Now an injured player here, so a stoppage, and that's Jamison Williams, who's shaken up. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. On play action, May on the move to his left. He completes it to Henry. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A great play there.
his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Patriots answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Second and 10.
Middle. Look out.
Up the middle to Davis. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
Ray Davis,
57 yards.
and the Bills are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
So now an important conversion attempt here as the Bills line up to go for two.
Half 85. Hey, home. Look out.
Allen will try to throw for it.
And this is caught. And they've got the lead here in the fourth. They didn't want the tie. They roll the dice and they take the lead.
That felt like a tone setter, didn't it? Forget tying the ball game and feeling like we're just hanging with you. We're going to go ahead and push it to a 1-point lead, and that just changes the complexion of the whole game.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And now an audible here into something else. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game.
So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire.
Second and 6 coming up. They'll go again with Gibbs.
And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line.
Well, praise has to go to the guys in the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Back to throw.
And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Fourth down, here's May. Eluding the pressure right. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bills are going to get the football back. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
Look out.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
5 wide. That's it.
So Allen's going to look to throw. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he will have a Bills first down, and that should be that. It's a gain of 7, and that should just about do it.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Look out.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Look out.
And they take a knee. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Tough spot here. Third down and 11.
That's it.
From the gun again to Davis. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. Somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes.